Hey guys, it's Miss Bassett. So this week for social studies, we're going to be learning about Virginia, the first colony. Our objectives are to explain why England wanted to establish colonies in North America, describe the experience of the settlers who founded the first permanent English colony in Jamestown, and explain how the Pilgrims managed to survive their first years in the Plymouth colony. Let's begin with our terms and people. So we're going to talk about a little bit of people from history and some of our vocabulary words. Charter is a document issued by a government that grants specific rights to a person or company. John Smith was an Englishman sent in 1608 to lead Jamestown. Representative government, the form of the government in which voters elect people to make laws for them. Pilgrim, a person who takes a religious journey. Squanto, a Native American who helped the Pilgrims in Plymouth by showing them how to grow native plants for food. How did the English set up their first colonies? England was a monarchy, but the powers of royalty were limited by law and by Parliament. The king granted charters to groups of people who wanted to establish colonies. The colonies would provide new markets for English products and raw materials for English industries. In the late 1500s, the English began to establish colonies on the east coast of North America. Some colonists came for land, others for gold, and still others for religious freedom. Two early English colonies. First, Roanoke Colony. The first colony at Roanoke Island off the coast of present-day North Carolina was established in 1585. It was abandoned a year later. Second Roanoke Colony. The second colony at Roanoke Island was established in 1587. Because of a war with Spain, England was unable to send a ship to visit the colony until 1590. By then, the colony had disappeared without a trace. In 1607, England's King James I granted a charter to a group of merchants to establish a colony called Virginia in North America. The merchants who formed the Virginia Company of London were eager to gain a share of the wealth of the Americas. The first colonists, about 100 men, arrived in Virginia in the spring of 1607. They built a fort they called Jamestown, which proved to be England's first permanent settlement in North America. Jamestown barely survived its first year because many colonists died of diseases such as malaria, wanted to look for gold, not farm. Local Native Americans, led by a chief named Quanta, gave the colonists some food. By spring of 1608, only 38 of the original colonists were still alive. That fall, John Smith was sent from England to lead the colony. Under his firm leadership, the colonists planted crops and built buildings. Meanwhile, hundreds of new colonists, including the first English women to settle in Jamestown, arrived. To get more food, Smith raided Native American villages, which angered Powhatan. In the fall of 1609, Smith returned to England after being injured in an explosion. With Smith gone, conditions quickly worsened. Powhatan decided to drive the English away, and he began by refusing to give them more food. The terrible winter of 1609 and 1610 is called the starving time, because by the spring, only 60 colonists were still alive. Despite the hard times, Jamestown began to prosper. The efforts of the Virginia colony. The company sent new colonists, offered free land to existing colonists, and sent new leaders to restore order in the colony. Efforts of the colonists. The colonists found a dependable source of income to sustain the colony: tobacco. By the 1580s, smoking tobacco had become popular in parts of Europe. The colonists' success in growing and selling tobacco drew near colonists from England. The colonies developed a tradition of representative government, and in 1619, Virginia's lawmaking body, the House of Burgesses, was elected. The House of Burgesses marked the start of the representative government in North America. Well, I can't wait to discuss this in class with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. Bye.